haunting is over. No mourning, no closure. Farewell, my forevermore. Haunted by the past again. Will this nightmare ever end? Can I break these chains that bind me to your heart? It never meant. Well, I will make the final choice. This is me, this is my voice. May your actions deem the consequence of all that you believe. I can save you from yourself. And all this fear you hide behind the mask of hell inside your mind. I can save you from yourself. But you won't let me rest in peace. Don't drag me down into eternity. The ghost of you.
The Ghost Quest team has been called in to investigate the Sonestown Country Inn in Sullivan County, Pennsylvania. A beautiful restaurant, bar, and inn, it is also an historic and possibly haunted building dating back to the 1800s. Before Adam and the team arrive, I am meeting up with local historian Gavin Siegfried to learn more about it. So what is the history of the Sonestown Country Inn, I believe is the name of it?
Well, it was built in 1886, and it was built during the height of the railroad period. While railroads were being built up into Sullivan County to connect with Williamsport and Lycoming County in the greater area.
How close was the railroad to this building?
There were two that were within eyesight of this building.
So it was a good location.
It was a great location for a hotel. After it was built. It was built, and then the Eaglesmere Railroad came through in 1886. This was built. 1892 is when the Eaglesmere Railroad was started.
Oh, wow.
But the Williamsport and North Branch had landed here around the 1880s. So one major railroad, a minor railroad, and a ton of tourism traffic started. This is the beginning of the Sullivan County tourism period.
So what type of person would be staying here? Who would be your average?
I imagine you'd have a lot of people who were traveling to Eaglesmere from the along the route. Their train, the Williamsport North Branch train, may have gotten here late. Eaglesmere Railroad train leaving first thing in the morning, and so they would have had to stay overnight to get up.
What we would call today a layover.
Yep, a layover. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
And then probably a lot of woodsmen, lots of lumberjacks, lots of. There were a couple large manufacturing companies here over time, especially through the early 1900s. And so there would have been a lot of company people staying in this hotel too. Earlier travel through the area would have been people traveling from Muncie to Towanda along the old roads and in carriages. This would have been there would have been a carriage stop here from Muncie to Towanda or Williamsport to Towanda. We know that the McGargle family, were the husband and wife that started the hotel, were extremely popular in the area. Their obits were lengthy, and they were descriptive.
And what year did they die?
Mr. McGargle predeceased his wife, which is what earned her the reputation as a fantastic innkeep, because she carried on after. So I want to say he died sometime in the 1890s, and she was probably early 1910s, somewhere in there.
So if somebody wants to learn more about you and what you do, how would they find you?
You can follow me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, Gavin Siegfried History Hippie. And I also do lots of work for the Sullivan County Historical Society Museum and the LaPorte Enhancement Committee. And so if you're looking for fun stuff to do in Sullivan County, you can follow some of those organizations and you'll probably find me.
Great. All right. We will do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you. This has been great.
Yes, it has.
We're heading to the Sonestown Country Inn, a remote building in Sullivan County, Pennsylvania. As per usual, I have not been told anything about the haunting going on there, only allowing psychic messages to fill me in on what's going on.
When the rest of the team arrive, we meet up before Adam begins his walkthrough. and I go in search of the owner of the inn, Ron Hicks.
When I first bought it, in this room here, I took everything down, the old antiques, repainted the walls. So I stayed the night. I came down in the morning, and it's in the fall, so it's dark out yet. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. I come through the middle door over there, and I hear Ronnie. So I'm thinking my sister's here to help me paint. She's the one that calls me Ronnie all the time. And I hear it again, Ronnie. And I was like, well, where are you, Kim? I'm like looking around, and I had my head thing on. I turned that on, looking around, and nobody there.
And it was a female voice or a male voice?
Yeah, female.
Now, see, my son, who's the medium, said to me, he said, ask them if somebody's heard their name called. When we were out on the porch, and he said, ask somebody in here had their name called. He said, ask them who it was. It was you.
Well, it was me.
Wood paneling. This is exactly what I was picking up on. Was wood paneling. So on my way up here, I was picking up on wood paneling. So that's a good sign. I'll have to make a mental note because I want to know who this guy is. I want to know who he is. He looks very distinguished. Also on the way up here, I was picking up on the name Daniel. I don't know who Daniel is, but we're going to head upstairs and see what we can find.
I was down here painting, and I had my younger daughter here. So she's up doing some laundry and stuff up on the first or second floor, doing some laundry. So I'm over in that wall right there painting away. All of a sudden I hear someone running down the steps. And all of a sudden she comes in the room. I said, what's the matter? She goes, the hutch doors came open. So she's in the laundry room, and out in the hallway is the hutch, and all the doors came open. So I went up. Sure enough, the doors are all open. So she won't even come up here.
I'm picking up on the name Jack. Jackson, Jack. Could be somebody named John who goes by the nickname Jack. I'm not too sure, but the name Jack just seems to resonate in this room. I don't know if this is from the original, if this was original or if this was brought in, but Jack seems to be connected with this room. Something in this room is where Jack likes to stay in this room. This is Jack's room. He doesn't mind sharing it with the living, but room number 7, yeah. So, room 7 is Jack's room. And I was just told, yes it is. It's almost like he's standing behind me. Except he's nice enough to be on the right side where I can actually hear.
Room number 3, like every couple of days, I would have to go up and turn the TV off. But it's like every 2 or 3 days, I'd be walking in the hallway or something up there, I'd be hearing a TV. It's like, where's this coming from?
That.
So I come down, get the keys, go back up, and
so the door was even locked.
Yeah,
There's no way anybody could have just
there.
gone in.
Yeah, so I had to go and turn the TV off, and it says always on Fox News. The kitchen, the one Cook and I, we have a monitoring system where I can see outside and see in the hallway. Sometimes we'd see weird looking figures in there. One looked like Jesus one day, and some other, one looked like a female one day.
And what were they looking at? Where were the cameras? Which room were they looking at?
No, this is in the hallway out here.
Again, the hallway.
Yes.
The hallway's very busy.
So if you're looking down, we would see images, and then we'd also see images out, people sitting on the benches out there when there was no one there. I did have a husband and wife last year that stayed here, and I think they were in room number 9, and he says about 2:30 in the morning, I had to go to the bathroom. Went to the bathroom, started going back to bed, and here's a kitten in the room.
Oh.
And I can't. So he looks around, couldn't find it, and just went back to bed, went to sleep then.
This is a room. Kind of makes me feel uneasy. I have that like really unnerving, unsettling feeling here. That so this is definitely a room that I'm going to come back in and see what we can find. Okay, so this room here, we just had to have the manager come unlock it for us. I feel like this was a child's room at one point. I feel like this was a child's room. Okay, it's really weird because I thought I heard people walking out in this corridor here. Let's go in here and see what we can pick up on.
There's a girl that walked the hallway. Little girl walks the hallway on
Yes.
the third.
On the third floor?
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
little boy that sits on the bed in the one room.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 3.
And we did have the first year I bought it. I had a lady in Picture Rocks. Had a friend coming in from Texas and needed a place to stay. Asked if I was open for hotel yet. And I said, well, I can host him for the week. So he stayed here. And I was teasing him at the time about being haunted, not knowing. And sure enough, the second day staying here, I get a phone call at my house from her saying, hey, can you go check his room? It's like really, really hot. And during the night, it was like 2 in the morning, he heard something. He opened the door. He was in room 1. He opened the door and he saw a shadow go down the hallway. So he shut the door and he said the room got really hot. So I came up, the room was like 90 degrees in there.
Wow.
So I turned down the heat. I mean, I never turned it up. So
Something did.
Yeah.
Now this room here, it's very interesting in here. It's got a really soft, gentle energy to it. Now, here's something that just was sent to me on a psychic level here. I have a feeling when the staff of the hotel is in here fixing the beds, that's when they're going to hear the kids. I mean, I feel really like I want to turn around because I know there's somebody back here. And I know there's somebody watching me. So, and whoever it is right. They're right in here. They're right. Their energy is in this area. I almost wonder if there's nobody here in this room, and this door is shut and locked, and there's nobody here. If staff members and people could hear something like this shaking, I feel like this might shake, and not in a malicious or mean way, but a hey, play with me kind of way. Like, hey, I want you to wake up and play with me. This is definitely rooms 3 and 6 are going to be 2 places that we're going to spend a lot of time in, I feel. But when I'm standing right here in this doorway, and I just heard a noise out there. I literally just heard somebody walking out here. So I think this is where I almost want to say somebody says, hey, Kara, or Kara, or Karen. It starts with a hard C or a K. Kara, Karen, Kara, maybe even Kathy. I could be curious to find out if anybody in the staff has that name. But I almost feel like if you're sitting here and you're making this bed, you'll hear, hey, Kathy, hey, Karen, hey, Kara. And you're going to turn around and there's going to be nobody there. And it's a small probably a 10-year-old boy.
So when we did the girls' bathroom in here, we put a new floor in.
Mhm.
So it was like 2 in the afternoon. All of a sudden, the jukebox turns on, and it plays music for 45 minutes. It's music I never heard, or and old instruments back in the old days and stuff.
Oh, okay.
45 minutes of it. It's like, yeah,
Oh,
me and the other
that's-
guys there, like,
Is it still there? The jukebox still there?
yeah, you have to put money in the jukebox.
Yeah.
So that's
That is
kind of
very
weird.
cool. And you're sure it's coming from the jukebox?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's almost sound is coming through the speakers and everything.
Oh, wow.
So it's music I never really heard of. Is like, back in the 1800s.
Okay, room number 1. So when I walk in here, I get this kind of almost like a sick feeling, but not like it's a bad, not like somebody's trying to make me sick, but rather I'm picking up on somebody's sickness. I feel just like myself. When I cross this threshold, I feel like I am a snob. Like I'm a rich snob. Maybe like a banker or somebody like that. Somebody who had a lot of money. I feel like that. He's a gentleman and he wears a fedora cap. If I had to place him in a time frame, I'd have to say somewhere in the 1920s, all the way up into like 1955, somewhere in there. I feel like he was on top of the world for the longest time, and then everything was just ripped from him. Everything taken in a split second. But he kept those airs. He kept that I'm superior than you because I have money and you don't. Even when he didn't have money, he still felt that he was superior to people. And if you can tell the little bit of tone in my voice here, and I don't think that's me. I think that's definitely him. I think that's his energy that's making me feel this way. He's not a bad spirit. I don't think he was a bad person. I just think he was a snob. But it's almost like, yeah, I might not have money anymore, but I'm still better off than you. Which is exactly how he feels. Now, I mentioned earlier the snobby guy in room number 2. And I feel like he would have dressed like one of these gentlemen in his portrait, but I'm not too sure. There's a lot of rooms in here. This is a big building. Big building. Alright, so I've just been told to turn around. So we're gonna go down this way.
My name is Michelle, and I've worked here at the inn. I've been a waitress. I've bartended a little bit, cleaned the rooms. I've done, what else did I say? I did cooked.
Cooked it.
And when Ron needs help now, I come over and help him.
And what kind of experiences have you had here?
Okay. I have not had any experiences. A lot of what I'm going to tell you is hearsay, but I've heard there's a little girl on the 2nd floor that goes to the door, going out on the porch, and she'll stand at the door like looking around or whatever. And I'd also heard that up in room, I think it's room 9. This is the outside. 9 used to have 2 beds in it. And I don't know if Ron put it back to that or not, but there's a little boy that sits on the bed, and he's dressed in the old clothes, and he's just swinging his feet like he's waiting for his parents or whatever. So
I'm wondering if that's where I'm picking up the name Daniel, if that's the little boy's name.
That'd be interesting.
that would be
We
interesting.
will find out when we investigate. We'll use the name and see what happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes
yeah.
we can get them to say their name.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
So, the same feeling that I had one floor below us of your name being called and there not being anyone around. It is as strong as it was a floor or two down as what it is up here. So I feel like maybe, I mean, the name Daniel just comes to my head over and over and over and over again. When we were standing down at that end over there, I felt almost like people would have heard children laughing and run down this hallway, and they turn the corner, and then they're gone.
I'm Rebecca Minier. I'm a bartender here.
Okay. And have you had experiences here?
I have. Well, I've stayed here a couple times, like in the snow. I don't drive home. I'll stay upstairs. And the one night I stayed here, you could hear stuff going down the hallway, like somebody was rolling something down the hallway. And when you'd open the door, nothing would be there at all. No one.
Like wheels rolling or
Yeah.
a bowling ball?
Like a bowling ball.
Oh, wow.
No,
And there would be nothing at all.
I'm sure.
That is really creepy. What room are you staying in?
Number one.
My name's Tina, and I'm a cook here. I'm also a bartender and waitress as well.
Okay. And how long have you been here?
Almost 3 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
And what kind of experiences have you had?
Well, I've heard things, and I've seen like shadows,
Oh,
and I've seen like we have a camera or TVs in our kitchen for the cameras, and I've seen things on the camera that are like unexplainable, like just looks like images of people or different things.
And where did those images were they?
Mostly in the hallway out here where you enter, and then out on the front porch as well. We're closing up, but just Ron and I here. I went back to put something back in the kitchen, and I saw like something just like go at the other end of the kitchen, like something just moved. Like and one night I came here, I had one of my TV boxes here, and I came to pick it up, and it was I didn't turn any lights on. I'm just gonna grab it quick. There's a little bit of light in here, whatever. So I'm at the TV over there, and I'm trying to unhook everything, and I hear this. I turn around, I look, and I'm like, okay.
I almost feel like you might hear something like
I turn around, I look, and I'm like, okay.
at night, maybe like some poltergeist-like activity.
And my daughter stayed here for a week. She lives out in Idaho, and she came this past winter to stay for a while. So they stayed in room 4, I think it was, and she woke up every night at 3 a.m. and she would.
That's switching out.
Yes, and she would get up to go to the bathroom, and her fiance would be like, she's like, "Don't tell me, I don't want to know." And she'd get back in bed, and he's like, "It's 3 a.m." And she's like, and then she wouldn't be able to go back to sleep,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dead.
Like something woke her.
Yes,
Every
every night. Yeah. A couple that stayed in that same room right after they did, maybe a month later. He was in the shower, and she was down here at the skills machines, and he thought he heard somebody knocking on their door. And when he got out of the shower and he got dressed and she wasn't around, he came down here, and she's over there, and he's like, "Were you up in the room? Did you try getting in?" And she's like, "No, I've been down here the whole time."
That was room 4 also.
Yes. And he was like, "Okay." So they were up there, and she was playing a game on her phone, and the light flickered or the light went out or something, and she was like, "That's weird."
I think somebody plays with the lights in here.
The light flickered or the light went out or something, and she was like, "That's weird."
I think like the small little desk lamps. Maybe even the telly. Like it might turn on.
Like every couple of days, I would have to go up and turn the TV off.
Like you could walk away. And again, this is not like this seems to be, I really want to say, I think it was a child who passed away before televisions were in every home. Because I think he's very curious about things.
Everybody just knows me as Walt.
Okay.
Guys is Saul. There's a lady named Gretchen. She was sitting in the corner there. I sit beside of her. It wasn't 10 minutes. We sit there. The door in the hallway swung, and a shadow went out the wall.
Wow.
Which doorway?
The doorway that goes out to the front door.
The hallway again.
Okay.
The hallway we're getting a lot of stories on.
That door swung, and there was nobody there. Nobody. And this shadow went right out the wall, and you could actually see a shadow like a head.
Wow.
So anyway, I don't know why I went out to my vehicle. I can't remember why. Because when I went to come back in, I had my saw, and I went to push the door, and it's just like somebody grabbed the door and swung it open.
Oh.
Right out of my hand.
Mhm.
Wow.
And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's a good
And
story.
I wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
That is, and it all happened on either end of that hallway.
Yep.
Now this room here, I really feel like this is a hot spot. Like this room is a hot spot. I almost feel like this room could be frequently visited by people. By spirits. There's a man, and he comes in this room a lot. And he's a war veteran. I'm seeing like a silver star or something.
Stevie McCarty, maiden name Eberlin. I started here as a bus person when I was 16. And I've done every job here except for housekeeper. And also for several years, my brother lived in the penthouse.
Oh.
So I would help him frequently. I have so many stories. See shadows walking down the hallways a lot. In the building by yourself, and you hear people going up and down the steps and walking on the floors above. Coming down the steps and hearing a book flop over. And then go back up and the book's flopped over, fix the book. Walk away and it flops over again.
Oh my gosh.
I was doing laundry one time for my brother, helping him out. And I put all the clothes in the dryer and I walked away and went upstairs and I came back down and there's no one in the building. The doors are locked and the dryer door is open and the dryer is off. Definitely shadows. Like you think you see someone and you go to look and there's nobody there.
And is that on all the floors?
It's happened to me on every floor. Bartending, when I closed by myself and there was no one here, it always felt like someone was watching me. Like it was so creepy. I hated being here by myself. Just hearing the footsteps all the time. You would hear doors open and close upstairs, but there's nobody in the building.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go up to check to see if someone's here because you're like, crazy, and there's nobody.
And do they keep those doors locked normally?
Yes.
So there's no way it could have just opened by itself.
No. And when it's closed when I go back up. Brenda, the old owner, would let me come over and borrow books. So I come and I take a book, I go through the books, and then I come back and the book would be flipped over. I could hear it flip, and then I come back and check on it. And then I'm like, well, I guess I'll read that book then.
Feel that if you're in here at night, you're going to hear conversations going on in the hallway. Like you're going to hear people talking, but there's nobody here. I really feel that for one particular staff member, and I don't know who, but one particular staff member, I feel like she's the one that's always hearing this stuff. She's got the creeps. She does not want to be in this building by herself.
Bartending, when I closed by myself and there was no one here, it always felt like someone was watching me. Like, it was so creepy. I hated being here by myself.
She needs to be out of the building with everybody else. So, it's quite an active building.
It sure is. We have stories too, but go ahead.
Okay, so one of the first things that I noticed, and I took notes while I was going because it's such a large structure. It's a very interesting building. There's a lot going on here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picking up on at least 6 to 8 spirits.
That's about what we have heard.
About 6 to 8.
It matches.
So there's a room 3,
Mm-hmm.
and the one above the room. When I was standing in there, and my back was to the hallway, I had that really like, don't turn around, you're going to see something. Now I'm going to tell you this. Right now, is standing here in the doorway of number 3 with my back to the hallway. I feel really uncomfortable. So some of the things that I picked up in room 3 was perhaps when you're in there and you're like the staff, especially, I really felt like the staff is affected by it, where they're going to hear a kid giggling and laughing and running down the hallway, and the hallway goes straight down, and then it takes a sharp left, and there's a door. It's a fire exit door, but I feel like they go to look and there's nobody there. Oh, and I believe the boy's name is Daniel. I was picking up on the name Daniel. I mean, the name Daniel just comes to my head over and over and over and over again. So I feel like Daniel, the boy, we'll call him Daniel from now on, he loves these hallways. Oh, and I believe the boy's name is Daniel.
Told you.
Your mom said that already.
Wondering if that's where I'm picking up the name Daniel. That's the little boy's name.
Good. Then we're
Oh my gosh.
So now I have a question for you guys that you might be able to help me out here. Is there a...
I just got chills. Like, they're literally running up and down my arms right now.
But they feel like the land itself was actually a family land before it was a hotel, or the hotel was on the family land. It was part of their business, which could tie into this.
That's exactly what it was.
The McGargle family, were the husband and wife that started the hotel, were extremely popular in the area. Mr. McGargle predeceased his wife, which is what earned her the reputation as a fantastic innkeep, because she carried on after.
Okay.
The family owned this hotel, and in fact, even after the husband died, the woman continued it on. And it was a family affair for more years than it was anything else. This was a family-run company.
But there's a woman. She's an older woman, probably in her 60s, 70s. She's kind of grandmother-ish.
She may have been the original owner. Let's do an investigation and see what we can find, and then you can keep talking about how you felt in each of the rooms. How's that?
Okay.
3. It just said 3. We are in room 3. Get out.
What the?
That said get out.
There it goes. Whoa, what's going on? Somebody's over there. Somebody was walking.
You're getting figure?
I am.
Somebody was behind me.
Adam?
What the?